evening and welcome to our 9 p.m. English news brought to you live by RTD. The Minister of Labour Decentralization closing of training for elected on the development of skills. Washington, Pyongyang, high tension between the two capitals. And now the national news. The National Institute of the Public Administration has held today at the end of the morning the closing ceremony of the training of the leadership and the development of management skill for the benefit of local elected representatives. The ceremony took place in the presence of the Minister of the Labour responsible for reform and administration, Hassan Idris Samire, the Director of INAB, the Secretary General of the Minister of Decentralization, and the representative of the European Union. This training is part of the framework of strengthening of the capacity, the agency of the state to support the sectoral reform, provided also the roadmap of the department delegated responsible for centralization. In addition to this, training will allow all elected to accomplish their mission of the ways performed in order to achieve the objective has been assigned to them, and on the hand accompany and make their contribution to change until of the mutation generated by this reform. During the intervention, the Minister of Labour in charge of the reform and administration, Hassan Idris Samire, recalled that the law of orientation and a roadmap for driving the decentralization of the service of the state has been adopted. The program for the promotion and protection of human rights, Salam, is still continuing in the different neighborhoods of the capital. The community of Balbala 11 has organized yesterday afternoon a ceremony to raise awareness on the right of the child in their seats. The ceremony, which has held at the Balbala 11, is organized in close collaboration with the National Union of Djibouti Women and the UNICEF. This ceremony is initiated to assert the young people what them of the right is, the right of the child, which is the brand of human right aimed at the specification protection of the child, and its law are the objective of multiple drafts, national and international, which is the most important is the Convention on the Right of the Child adopted by the General Assembly of the United Nations, and amongst its right figure for the card national ID for the refusal or exception for young girls or even to fight against drugs. The ceremony saw the participation of several women of the community and young, and also the community of Balbala Hayable. In the period of an awareness will be a capital importance because this summer and the young people have much more time to happening in the places of meeting. This ceremony was chaired by the coordinator of the community management, which has indicated that this kind of awareness are regularly organized to improve the right of the children. Still on the national news, in the framework of the community program for promotion and protection of human rights, Salam program, which has for mission the protection of child with a focused abandonment of any existing Union F in collaboration with the community management and the UNICEF, has organized a field visit with the delegation and the regional office UNICEF, UNFPA at the seat of the community impact management community Hayable yesterday afternoon. The ceremony which took place at Balbala Hayable. The delegation of the regional office UNICEF UNFPA has had opportunity to learn attention to know the education program of management community Hayable community, whose members responsible for this community have done hand of the roles. Indeed, this ceremony is initiated to assert for the young people with them of the right to the right of the child, which is a brand of human right aimed and the specification protection of the child and is a law are the objective of multiplying drafts, national and international, which the most important in the Convention of the Right of the Child adopted by the General Assembly of the United Nations. They addresses even danger harmful of existing practice, and in conclusion, the coordinator of the community has traced all the activity relating to the protection of the right of the child organized by the committee and indicated that it is essential to respect the right who has returned for the children. In the framework of the fight against illegal immigration in the night of 7th of August 2017, the gendarmerie of the Brigade of the Chora and those of the mobile grouping stationed at PK9 have jointly conducted a sweep operation in the sector of Galafi, Ambado and surrounding. During this operation, the gendarmes have questioned 120 illegal immigrants of Ethiopian origin wishing to all go in the Gulf country, as well as smuggling of Ethiopian origin. These migrants have benefited from humanitarian assistance in the water and food on part of the RCMP. They have been repointed on the 9th August 2017 the border of Kalafi, which the main assembly of the gendarmerie. The smuggler will be translated before the justice for trafficking in human beings. On the night of the 6th and 7th of August 2017, a thief by a burglar was perpetrated in the enclosure of the primary school of Balbala 10. The 8th of August 2017, the director of the primary school of Balbala 10 went to Brigade BK12 North and filed a complaint for theft of 13 tablets of Zobron of the degradation of the window in the school. In fact, this community, their packed thieves has been broken the window of the office of the director, and they have accessed to the stock that was behind the office, where they were able to steal 12 tablets. On the same day, the gendarmerie of the Brigade of PK12 North has initiated research and have been able to identify and question the author of this thief. It is two brothers well known in the middle of the fight by burgling. During a search conducted at their house, the gendarmerie have discovered and seized 13 tablets of Zobron stolen from the school. In the context of extension of medical cover, the mobile team of the Centre Medical Hospital of Obok visited on Tuesday, 8th of August in the locality Bozola to provide the curative and preventive health care to the population under the guidance of Dr. Hassan Ibrahim Hamad. The mobile team, composed of nurses, midwife and a laboratory technician, has been able to provide a consultation to a large number of population of Bozali and surrounding. In the total, there were more than 120 consultation adults, 58 children in pediatric consultation, 15 vaccinated children, and 5 pregnant women in prenatal consultation. This place by the mobile team is carried out to a schedule predetermined daily, which each of the community are visited at least once a month. Of this fact, this activity of the mobile team cover even more isolated community up to the limit border, and this despite the difficulty of the access taken into account to the step road and the remote code of the community. Today we will talk about Djibouti gastronomy in the interior of the region. Obok, for example, the breakfast offer proposed made by the specification of the very poisoned region, the gahanta and the fresh fish cooked every morning by the woman are very appreciated to Obok. and by the visitor of the passage, following the detail of this gastronomy specialty, in which the report turned our team into the caravan of the RTD in 2015. We have learned with a great sadness and emotion the death occurred of Mrs. Alia Ali Muhammad, occurred Monday 7 August toward 20 hours in New Hampshire in the town of Maine, where she was medically followed of a cancer. The deceased was part of the Bank of Africa. The deceased was born in 1958 and left behind 5 children. Her entourage recognized her honesty, her kindness and bravery, and raised 5 children alone after the disappearance of her husband of the flower age. We implore the Almighty God to host in the paradise. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Still on the national news, the family of Hassan Furre are looking for his daughter, who was called Fordusa Hassan Furre, age of 24. She is out of her house 2 days ago in front of her home, neighborhood 4. She wore a black abaya. The person who see, please call the number 77828070 or 77301618 or any closer brigade. And now let us move on to international news. The Korean clarified its threat against the American island of Guam. The verbal escalation between the United States and the North Korea has taken a new step. Pyongyang has presented a detailed plan of its project of shooting of missiles toward the island of Guam attached to the United States. Pyongyang has on Tuesday 10 August Donald Trump accused the American president to have lost the reason and has a bit in the confrontation with Washington in a timetable for its project of shooting missiles toward the island of Guam attached to United States. This plan, a rare provision of which aims before strategy position the American force on the road of the Asia, and will be critically warned to the United States one of North Korea, because according to Pyongyang, only the absolute force will have an effect on the leader of the American state. That's all for this evening news. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a wonderful evening.